If someone in a warm climate like Vietnam were offered a finger-length piece of blindingly white, 100% raw animal fat and told, "Eat this to stay warm," 99 out of 100 people would likely flee in disgust. In our culture, where humidity and heat accelerate decay, raw meats are often associated with sliminess, disease, and filth. The narrative shifts entirely when one steps into the high Arctic, a world operating under an entirely different set of physical laws. Here, the sun can vanish for months, the cold carves into the skin like razor blades, and a minor error can cost a life. This unforgiving landscape, Muktuk, the raw skin and blubber of the whale, is not merely sustenance, it is the fundamental engine of human survival, sustaining the Inuit people for thousands of years. Is survival distilled into a single essential food source? The Arctic furnace, extreme caloric demands. Why do the indigenous inhabitants of the Arctic, often referred to as the Inuit or historically Eskimo, consume raw fat? To understand this, we must first grasp the extreme metabolic demands placed upon the human body in a polar environment. In a temperate zone, a moderately active adult might require between 2,500 and 2,500 kilocalories per day. In the Arctic, that baseline requirement is dramatically doubled, often tripled. Merely existing outdoors in temperatures plunging to 30 degrees, 40 degrees, or even 50 degrees forces the body into an immediate state of constant energy combustion simply to maintain core temperature. This massive caloric burn is amplified by necessary activities like seal hunting, navigating treacherous frozen seas in a kayak, or hauling heavy sleds across dozens of kilometers of snow and ice. The Inuit body is functionally a biological furnace. Once ignited, it must be fed continuous fuel, and the most efficient fuel source in nature is animal fat, which yields roughly twice the energy of carbohydrates or protein gram for gram. The barren canvas, a world without choice. Unlike Vietnam, a land rich in biodiversity where rice is abundant and commerce fills any dietary gap, the Arctic landscape is a barren canvas of ice and permafrost. There are no cereals, no grains, no root vegetables, and virtually no fruits or vegetables to speak of. Nature offered the Inuit population almost no viable choice other than the rich meat and blubber of marine mammals. This extreme limitation fundamentally prohibits the adoption of dietary structures common in other parts of the world, whether the grain-heavy cuisine of the East or the salad-based diets of the West. In the Arctic, insufficient fat intake is a death sentence, guaranteeing hypothermia within days. Muktuk is composed of the dark, tough skin of the whale attached to a thick layer of subcutaneous blubber, typically ranging from 2 to 5 centimeters deep. This blubber functions as the whale's natural insulating parka, keeping the massive creature warm in the frigid polar ocean. For the Inuit, Muktuk performs an identical vital function. It acts as a biological energy battery. Once consumed, the body slowly and continuously metabolizes the dense fat, generating steady thermogenic heat that keeps the Inuit warm and functional during hours spent exposed to the biting cold. Contrast this with a quick-burning fuel source. If a person in a warm climate eats a bowl of noodles, like Vietnamese pho, for a quick energy boost, an Inuit might consume a small piece of Muktuk the size of a matchbox to sustain the energy required to haul a heavily laden sled across a frozen channel for an entire morning. That slow, stable combustion prevents the rapid energy peaks and troughs that lead to dangerous drops in body temperature. The paradox of fat, adaptation versus storage. Common question arising from this high-fat diet is the risk of obesity and related health problems associated with fat consumption in modern societies. The answer lies in their environment and lifestyle. Their bodies are engineered for survival, not calorie surplus. Firstly, the extreme cold forces the body into a state of continuous energy depletion 24/7. Fat simply cannot linger. Secondly, the traditional Inuit lifestyle involves relentless high-output physical activity, hunting, hauling, walking, and paddling. Furthermore, the type of fat consumed is critical. The Inuit absorb fat naturally, free from the refining processes, added sugars, and inflammatory ingredients found in commercially processed animal fats. Studies have consistently shown that traditional Inuit populations have exceptionally low rates of cardiovascular disease, attributed to the immense intake of omega-3 fatty acids found in deep-sea marine mammals. In the Arctic, blubber is the definition of clean fat, an ally essential for maintaining life. The scurvy solution, Muktuk as a vitamin fortress. Roll of Muktuk goes far beyond simple caloric replacement. It solves one of the most deadly nutritional riddles in human history. For centuries, European sailors were decimated by scurvy, a gruesome disease caused by vitamin C deficiency. Sufferers experienced bleeding gums, tooth loss, skin deterioration, and complete physical exhaustion. Historical estimates suggest scurvy killed up to 2 million sailors during 150 years of European seafaring, a casualty count greater than that of all naval conflicts combined. In the depths of the Arctic, a region utterly devoid of traditional vitamin C sources like fresh vegetables, oranges, lemons, or apples, the Inuit remained curiously immune to the disease. Where did they acquire this crucial life-saving nutrient? The unexpected answer is raw whale skin. Muktuk contains a significant concentration of vitamin C, approximately 36 milligrams per 100 grams. This critical nutrient is concentrated in the dermal layers and connective tissues of marine mammals. Crucially, vitamin C is highly volatile and is destroyed by heat. Therefore, eating Muktuk raw is not merely a preference, it is a nutritional mandate. For the Inuit, consuming a piece of raw Muktuk is physiologically equivalent to consuming an orange in a temperate climate. It is their essential source of the only vitamin that can prevent catastrophic dietary failure in a land where no plant life grows. This finding dramatically overturned many Western nutritional assumptions about the necessity of plant-based diets, the science of raw consumption, Arctic food safety. To the outsider, consuming raw food carries risks of bacteria and parasites. However, Arctic ecology operates on a logic that is the reverse of temperate zones. Temperatures plummeting to 40 degrees create a state of perpetual deep freeze. Bacteria cannot thrive or multiply, and the food is instantly preserved and effectively sterilized by the environment itself. The outside air becomes a zero-energy freezer. If the Inuit were to cook the Muktuk, the compromises would be catastrophic. Vitamin C would be destroyed, vital omega-3s would be leached out, and the layer of dense blubber would melt, leading to the loss of both energy and structural integrity. The Inuit consume their food raw to maintain its complete nutritional profile. Preparation is simple but precise. They cut the whale skin and blubber into small cubes, often dipping them into a light dressing of soy sauce or pure seal oil. In some regions, they may accompany it with a small amount of fresh seal blood, which provides crucial iron and additional trace nutrients. Eating raw in the Arctic is not a peculiar taste. It is a sophisticated system of nutritional science forged by millennia of natural selection, the ultimate resource, storage, and community. Another critical factor that establishes Muktuk as a staple is its unrivaled logistical advantage. Like perishable foods that must be consumed immediately, the whale provides a massive ecological jackpot. Several tons of meat and fat that can be stored for up to a year. By simply burying the Muktuk and whale meat in an ice cellar, the food remains in a pristine, cryogenically preserved state, allowing the community to draw upon its reserves without fear of spoilage. This is a crucial distinction, as other Arctic food sources are less reliable. The whale, therefore, represents the largest, most dependable food warehouse the Arctic wilderness offers. Consequently, whale hunting transcends the status of a simple economic activity. It is a sacred community ritual. When a successful hunting boat returns to shore, the elder of the tribe often takes the first ceremonial bite of raw Muktuk, a gesture of gratitude to the ocean. The harvest is then shared among every family, an act of distributing life itself throughout the community. Muktuk is woven into the very fabric of Inuit life. Children are introduced to Muktuk as early as 2 or 3 years old to acclimate their digestive systems. Young men must demonstrate proficiency in the complex ritual of carving and distributing the catch. The Muktuk itself has a unique sensory profile, crisp, chewy, and slightly oily, often producing a distinctive crunch when bitten. To an outsider, it is strange. To the Inuit, that sound is the deep, comforting resonance of warmth, security, and unbroken tradition, the adaptive masterpiece. When early European explorers observed the Inuit eating Muktuk raw, they often deemed the practice barbaric and uncivilized. The reality, however, was the opposite. The Inuit had mastered survival in a domain where Europeans died en masse. They had developed a complex, nuanced system of food preservation, preparation, and nutritional maintenance far superior to the contemporary Western understanding in that environment. Muktuk is to the Inuit what sashimi is to the Japanese, a highly refined technique born of necessity and deep ecological knowledge. The fundamental question remains, why do the Inuit eat raw muktuk? The answer is deceptively simple and profoundly convincing, because without it they would not survive. Muktuk provides the massive fat reserves necessary for constant thermoregulation. It delivers the vital vitamin C required for life in a land utterly devoid of fresh produce. It acts as a long-term zero-energy food storage solution. It is the core of their community, their culture, their history, and their most sacred ceremony. Existence is not defined by eating what tastes best, but by eating what is right for the environment. In the Arctic, the right food is muktuk. The Inuit did not choose to eat raw whale fat because they enjoy gamey tastes or seek out strange challenges. They eat it because nature taught them that to survive, they must integrate the strength of other species into their own vulnerability. This humble piece of blubber is the biological armor that allowed the Inuit to navigate millennia of blizzards, sub-zero winds, and endless darkness. The ultimate testament to the principle that human beings survive, not because they are the strongest, but because they are the most adept at adaptation.